The first thing you might be forgetting to clean are your vertical blinds. Most people remember their horizontal blinds, but vertical blinds need some love too. They collect everything from grease to grime to footprints. I clean mine probably 2 to 3 times a year, and this is how you do it. So the first thing you'll want to notice with these to clean them is that there are 2 sides of a clip that holds the blinds in. So this is the clip, there's this side, and this side right here. And the side that you want to deal with is the side where the curve is, and I'll show you what you do with that. So what you'll want to do is take a flat card like this, credit card or whatever you want to use, and you're going to take it and slide it up under the clip. You want to go all the way up, and then you're going to gently wiggle the blind down. You want to do it gently so you don't break it, and then boom, it's off and you can clean the blind. So now that we have the blind down, we're just going to wipe it down. If you're lucky, it'll be short enough to fit in your bathtub, and then you can wash all of them in your bathtub. It's the easiest way to do it. But these vertical blinds are a little bit longer, so they don't fit in the bathtub, and that's why I'm just going to wipe it down. The second thing you may be forgetting to clean is your washing machine. You might be thinking, isn't that self-cleaning? You clean clothes in it, so doesn't it clean itself? Not necessarily. Some washing machines, especially this one that I have, you actually need to go in and make sure that it's clean and that there's no mold or anything. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So for my washing machine, it is a top loader. So the thing you need to pay attention to is this middle part right here. It pops right out. And if you can see inside of there, it's super dirty. I'll show you a close-up in just a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you the inside of this little drum right here that this came out of. This is how dirty the inside of this is. And this is what the inside looks like in here. So this guy, if you just wash it in some hot soapy water, all the gunk inside of it should come right off. And the inner tube in here, I would recommend getting a dish brush or something that's a little bit longer and wrapping a towel around it, and then just sticking it inside of there and just swooping around and making sure you clean it all up. If you'd like, you can spray a vinegar solution inside of there to dissolve some of that mold before you clean it out. I would say bleach, but for this particular washing machine, it doesn't rinse very well, so if I use bleach inside of it, the odds of it bleaching the next load of laundry that I did, they would be very high. So I would recommend using vinegar. Vinegar, the acidity will kill mold just the same as bleach. So that is what I will do, and then I'll put it back together, and let's move on to the next thing you might be forgetting to clean. The third thing you might be forgetting to clean are books. These guys can hold so many treasures, but are you actually taking care of them? Let me show you how. So for children's hard books, what I would recommend is just taking a damp cloth and wiping. You just want to wipe each page, make sure there's nothing sticky. For example, I don't know if you guys can see that, it probably won't focus, but there was something sticky and it ripped off some of the color on the book. So what you want to do is just make sure you wipe it so that nothing else gets worn off or anything. So just wipe the whole page, make sure there's nothing sticky. These you want to do a little bit more frequently because they do tend to get dirtier faster. If you have kids, you totally understand. These I would recommend doing probably once a month. Then adult books, these you want to do the same thing with a damp cloth, just wipe the cover to make sure there's no dust or anything sticky. My daughter does get into the adult books just because she wants to look at them and read books like my husband and I. So I wipe the covers, and then you'll want to take a vacuum cleaner attachment this would of course be attached to the vacuum, and then you just want to dust the edges and suck up any dust that's on it, and boom, you have a clean book. And if you read your books more frequently, then they shouldn't get too dusty, but even so, dusting them with the vacuum cleaner attachment is a really good method. And for adult books, I'd recommend cleaning them probably twice a year. You could just do it as needed as well. And let's get on to the next thing you might be forgetting to clean. The fourth thing that you might be forgetting to clean is your ceiling. Most people don't think about this because you don't look at your ceiling every day, but accidents do happen, and in this particular instance, my husband had used the blender and took the lid off a little bit too soon, so there's a little bit of splatter up on the ceiling, and that is what I will be cleaning. But other than that, sometimes grease gets stuck to the ceilings, and you just never know what might be up there, and it's always a good idea to wipe that down every now and then just to make sure that it is extra clean. The fifth thing that you might be forgetting to clean is the top of your doorways. Most people don't think about this because they dust other things and they just forget the doors. But the doors are also important. They too get dusty and they need to get cleaned every now and then. I personally try to remember to wipe down the tops of my doors every time I dust. But how often you do it is completely up to you. And it's really simple. You just take a rag and go swipe. You're done. And look at that. This is actually a little embarrassing, but the top of my door was pretty dirty. So that does it for my 5 things that you might be forgetting to clean. If you guys forgot any of these things or you have any other suggestions, leave them down in a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you have any other video suggestions for me, leave them in a comment as well. I would love to hear from you guys. Subscribe if you want to join my little YouTube family. Like the video if you liked it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!